I did go to a water park. Had a lot of fun.
This is fun.
Except I did go on one of the rides and sort of tweaked my neck back, like on the bottom of the slide. So just so you guys know, every time I'm turning to you, I'm going ouch in my head. Ouch,
Sore, huh?
ouch. Yeah, it's pretty sore.
Well, thanks for making the sacrifice so you can look at us, all right?
You know, yeah, just so you're aware.
Thank
you.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you get old, you know.
Yeah,
you start getting injuries.
Yeah, joints and
stuff like that happens.
All that stuff.
And that was a good plan, yeah. Water park
See,
when
good
the weather's...
transition there.
Exactly.
It was also a great story.
Thank you.
Only munchies. They didn't start up the deep fryer or anything. Just the microwave. Just a few chicken tenders.
A man's got to eat, right?
And he grabbed a straw. How specific is that? He wasn't even worried. The alarm's going off.
Some people cannot drink a soda without a straw. All right.
Apparently not.
I made a list, a quick list. The gym, the grocery store, the library, the movie theater. These are some places you can go if you don't have AC and you want to beat the heat, or just jump in the river.
When it's hot outside, this is where you want to be, inside, keeping cool. But it's not always easy.
I believe that he believes that he saw Bigfoot.
He probably did, but of course he has a sketch, and it happened in the dark of night. Come on.
That's hilarious. And Steve Liebenthal's in with weather now. Steve, my mom was in town this weekend. We had great weather on Saturday, of course. Sunday was okay. But so far this week has been just perfect.
Yeah, beautiful days.
Now is the time when hobo spiders are the most active. I know I've seen one of those up close once. That's cool. Don't need to see one again.
And I have never seen one.
Wow. If you are bitten by a hobo spider, a dose of antibiotics should do the job, but get to a doctor quickly. The hobo used to be called an aggressive house spider, but it really only bites when provoked, so don't provoke it or when it's hunting prey. Although they move fast, the spiders actually have really bad vision and can't see well more than a foot or two away. There is quite a list of changes. Brian, you ready?
All right, let's do it.
Okay, let's get to it. There is a raise in the minimum wage. I remember that term wind chill from when I lived in Minnesota. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not crazy
not a
about
fan.
it, so.
Especially not in May.
No.
Right. And in case you're wondering, I think Stacy was, this is Olson's last year driving school buses, so
90?
no more for Mr.
90?
90-year-old.
He looks great for 90 years old.
He looks great, and he only started driving school buses when he was 60, because he's been doing it for 30 years. Quadrillion, I looked it up, is 1,000 billion. It has 15 zeros.
Wow. Yeah.
At least if people want to watch basketball, they can stay warm.
That's all with 70
Indoors,
degrees inside
right?
Taco Bell.
Yeah, you gotta love that. And Bronco basketball is looking to stay undefeated. Well, I'm someone who loves to take road trips. I really do, even if it's just to Idaho or Colorado.
Well, hope the AC is working in your car.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. And as far as the future of the job market goes, well, it's kind of like the weather, unpredictable. Of all the things you could put on the moon, why not pizza, right?
But
Everybody
who's
loves pizza.
there to eat it? What is the
The
delivery?
Martians or the moon men or whatever. I guess they get the munchies, apparently.
What does it cost to have a pizza delivered from the moon?
Now there's the question. Okay, we'll do some
have
research.
way too many questions about that story. So I'll just move on to the weather, which is quite nice out there this evening.
I don't know. Would you go?
I would go if I could
Even
afford
if it was just suborbital?
You know, it's a start. It's a start.
I guess so.
And I'm not an astronaut, so I would start there and then maybe build up. But I would absolutely go if I could.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you, guys. I'm wearing my favorite color today, and so far I've been called a candy apple, Mrs. Claus, and Gloria Allred. That's Adam's name.
I call her Gloria Allred.
Yeah, for the Allred. I love the nicknames. Bring it on.
It's just a little bit chilly for all of us.
It is. I was driving in my car today. I thought I had the air conditioning on. No, I didn't. It was actually just the cool air coming in.
Are you sure you didn't have the window open?
I am sure.
Okay.
Thank you for checking.
With all the snow in the valley, it's a fun day for some sledding. You can just imagine what it's like up in the mountains. Woo!
And weather plays a role if you want to get out on the river, and Ada County is getting tough on floaters. I was definitely spoiled over the last week.
You don't even know.
I know.
Still rubbing it in, apparently.
It's not going to stop, Steve, just so you know.
It's very tan.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I worked on that. Anyway, I was actually getting on a plane in Portland today on my way back from Maui, and I noticed one of the planes was a Horizon plane, had a gigantic O for Oregon. Big reminder of that big game. Adam, do you remember the days when MTV was actually about music videos?
Yes, I do remember. I actually remember seeing music on MTV instead of all this Jersey
Reality,
Shore and
right?
whatever else. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I remember that too. Well, this year's awards had music, fashion stars, and even an on-camera truce.
I don't think I told you guys I got my fishing permit.
You did?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, and I've actually never fished in a river before. I fished in an ocean and on a lake in Hawaii and then Minnesota, but never a river. So this is something different. Haven't caught anything yet.
With fire engines standing by, the flight landed safely almost an hour and a half after takeoff. And you know, my parents actually had that exact same thing happen with an engine failure. One of the four went down. Yeah, and they just crashed into a cornfield. Everybody was okay. It was years ago.
Oh my goodness.
But my mom is still a little shaky. He actually has a background as a baseball pitcher, and it looks like that finally paid off. That means he probably hit that bear really, really hard.
Yeah, that's one fastball that you want to make sure goes into the strike zone, right between the eyes. Wow.
Yeah, and it worked. I would probably just underhand that ball and do nothing at all.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work on a bear skull.
I'd say not. Okay, last check, the weekend's looking pretty good. I heard it actually wasn't easy to find the owner of that backpack. There was no identification on it, but there was a flash drive inside.
Wow.
So they had to go plug that in and find his resume and then track him down.
Found out where he was, and like you said, he was glad to get it back.
Right.
Wow, he withdrew all that money, put it in a backpack just because he wanted to buy a car.
And then he forgot it.
That's right. He might want to get a checking account. Just saying.
Good suggestion there. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on Fox 12 News at 9.
Steve and Stacy are up next. Stay tuned for that.